The man who makes no mistakes does not usually make anything. Do not be afraid to make mistakes providing you do not make the same one twice. It is hard to fail, but it is worse never to have tried to succeed. At some time in our lives a devil dwells within us, causes heartbreaks, confusion, and troubles, then dies. Our chief usefulness to humanity rests on our combining power with high purpose. Power undirected by high purpose spells calamity, and high purpose by itself is utterly useless if the power to put it into effect is lacking. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. In life, as in a football game, the principle to follow is hit the line hard. No man is worth his salt who is not ready at all times to risk his body, to risk his well-being, to risk his life, in a great cause. We must remember not to judge any public servant by any one act, and especially should we beware of attacking the men who are merely the occasions and not the cause of disaster. There is only one quality worse than hardness of heart, and that is softness of head. The most important single ingredient in the formula of success is knowing how to get along with people. If I must choose between peace and righteousness, I choose righteousness. We need the iron qualities that go with true manhood. We need the positive virtues of resolution, of courage, of indomitable will, of power to do without shrinking a rough work that must always be done. Never throughout history has a man who lived a life of ease left a name worth remembering. Complaining about a problem without proposing a solution is called whining. It is impossible to win the great prizes of life without running risks, and the greatest of all prizes are those connected with the home. The men and women who have the right ideals are those who have the courage to strive for the happiness which comes only with labor and effort and self-sacrifice, and those whose joy in life springs in part from power of work and sense of duty. Do any hit at all if it is honorably possible to avoid hitting, but never hit soft. Character, in the long run, is the decisive factor in the life of an individual and of nations alike. Far better is it to dare mighty things, to win glorious triumphs, even though checked by failure, than to rank with those post-spirits who neither enjoy much nor suffer much, because they live in a gray twilight that knows not victory nor defeat. The person who succeeds is not the one who holds back, fearing failure, nor the one who never fails, but rather the one who moves on in spite of failure. Great thoughts speak only to the thoughtful mind, but great actions speak to all mankind. Do what you can, with what you have, where you are. Big jobs usually go to the men who prove their ability to outgrow small ones. With self-discipline, most anything is possible. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Rhetoric is a post-substitute for action, and we have trusted only to rhetoric. If we are really to be a great nation, we must not merely talk, we must act big. We are face to face with our destiny, and we must meet it with a high and resolute courage. For us is the life of action, of strenuous performance of duty. Let us live in the harness. Striving mightily, let us rather run the risk of wearing out than resting out. Courtesy is as much a mark of a gentleman as courage. Peace is normally a great good, and normally it coincides with righteousness. But it is righteousness and not peace which should bind the conscience of a nation as it should bind the conscience of an individual. And neither a nation nor an individual can surrender conscience to another's keeping. The things that will destroy America are prosperity at any price, peace at any price, safety first instead of duty first, the love of soft living, and the get-rich-quick theory of life. Far and away the best prize that life offers is the chance to work hard at work worth doing. When you are asked if you can do a job, tell them, "Certainly I can." Then get busy and find out how to do it. People ask the difference between a leader and a boss. The leader leads and the boss drives. Probably the greatest harm done by vast wealth is the harm that we of moderate means do ourselves when we let the vices of envy and hatred enter deep into our own natures.